UPSC is conquered not in a day, but day by day. With this quote for the day, we welcome you all to the Civilspedia's daily current affairs analysis brought to you by Shankar IAS Academy. And in this episode of daily current affairs analysis, we will be discussing about the current events or the current affairs which are very relevant to the date of 16th of September. And we also request you to kindly subscribe to the Shankar IAS Academy YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and click the bell icon for receiving the on-time notification. And the topics taken for the today's discussion, or the first topic, is the INS Trikand and the recent maritime exercise, that is the maiden maritime exercise between India and Greece. And the second topic is the observation of Hindi Diwas on the day of 14th of September and the associated award conferred to the Department of Administrative Reforms and the Public Grievance. And the third topic is the protection linked incentive on white goods. And the fourth topic is the geriatric care and the cause of concern. And the fifth topic is the Prelims Focus, where we discuss the most important topics which are very relevant for our UPSC Prelims preparation in a short and crisp manner. This news article is also from the Press Information Bureau. This article is about the maritime exercise between India and Greece. And with this article, we will be discussing about the maritime exercise as well as the INS Trikand of Indian Navy. And this INS Trikand is a type of stealth frigate of Talwar class under the project of 11356, which is built in Russia and has been commissioned to the Indian Navy in the year of 2013. And it also has been equipped with the advanced surface to air missiles, and it also has the compatibility of accessing the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile, which is very important for our UPSC preparation. That there may be a question related to the statement regarding this BrahMos supersonic cruise missile can be operated from which of the following, or by stating the INS Trikand has the compatibility of operating this BrahMos supersonic cruise missile. So we have to note that it has the capability of operating this BrahMos supersonic cruise missile, and it also has the capability of launching the anti-submarine torpedoes and stealth features such as the reduced radar cross section. So we need to note that these are all the important things from the UPSC prelims point of view. And we also has to note that it comes under the project of 11356, and there is a separate project under the Indian Navy, that is project 17 and 17A, which is also dealt with the stealth frigate category of Indian Navy. This project 17 will be more focusing over the Shivali class stealth frigates, and the 17A is an advanced version of this project 17, which deals with the production or the indigenous mechanism of Nilgiris class stealth frigate. And apart from this, the other projects of Indian Navy we need to note about is the project 75. So we need not to confuse with the project 17 or 17A or this project 11356. This project 75 is of the production of 6 Scorpion class submarines, which was completed recently with the help of French technology or the help of France. So this has been involved in the production of submarine of Scorpion class, this project 75. And there is a separate project called as the project 75-1, which is the production of diesel based 6 submarines with the involvement of technology like air independence propulsion, which is very important that we need to know about what is air independent propulsion submarines. And this project has been provided with the support of German support or the German technology. And there is a separate project known as the project 77, which is very important, that this project 77 is under the plan, and this project 75 of 1 is in progress. This project 77 is of the production of indigenous nuclear attack submarine. So we need to note that this can be asked in our UPSC prelims by stating what is project 77 in the first statement, or project 17 in the second statement, or project 75 in the third statement, or it can be asked in the match the correct pairs like questions in the UPSC prelims. And moving to this INS Trikand, it has the role of multi-role frigate that it can be accommodate or it can be used in the warfares of surface, anti-aircraft as anti-air warfare, and it also can be used in the anti-submarine warfare as it involves as it has the capability of launching anti-submarine torpedoes. It can also be used in the anti-submarine warfare, and this INS Trikand will be the part of Western Fleet of Indian Navy. Moving to the India-Greece bilateral maritime exercise, which was recently commenced in the year of 2025. It is the first and maiden bilateral maritime exercise between India and Greece, and the main aim or the objective of this exercise is to enhance the interoperability between both the nations over the maritime zones, as well as the refinement of tactical naval skills of both the nations and deepening of operational synergy in the Mediterranean Sea area. And it also reflects the India's policy of strengthening ties with Mediterranean Sea, as well as the European maritime powers, in line with the initiative taken by the India, such as the Sagar, that is security and growth for all in the region. And moving to the Salamis Bay of Greece, which is very important because our INS Trikand has been deployed in that region for the recent maritime exercise. It has been located in the Athens of Greece, historically famous for the Battle of Salamis, involvement of Greek Navy as well as the Persian Navy, which got the significance because Greek Navy, even though of less population or the less numbers, defeated the major Persian Navy through various tactics and the strategies devised by the naval commander of Greek known as Themistocles. And the invader from the Persian side is the greatest king of the Persian known as the Prince Xerxes of One. And it has been of significance in recent time because it was a naval base for the Greek Navy in present day. It is also known as the Hellenic Navy, and it also serves as the hub for joint naval interaction with the foreign navies. This Greek Navy has been in constant touch with the other naval forces of other nations in the recent past. So we need to note that this Salamis Bay of greater significance with respect to our UPSC prelims, and we can see this Salamis Bay in the map given in the slide. This Salamis Bay was situated in the region besides the Aegean Sea, Ionian Sea, as well as the Mediterranean Sea. So it is of great significance in the world perspective. So we need to note that. And what is the strategic significance this Salamis Bay and the recent maritime exercises of? It expands the India's naval diplomacy. That is very important, that India has a footprint in the Mediterranean Sea in the recent past, and it also supports the India's broader Indo-Pacific outreach and the Europe-India maritime cooperation, which is also very important. We need to have a note about this Europe-India maritime cooperation, and it also adds value to the India's growing network of naval exercise, that in recent times we have been in constant engagement with various nations under various exercise between the navies of both the nations, such as Varuna with the France, that is Varuna exercise is with France, and the Malabar exercise we have to be is a maritime exercise between the Quad nations, mainly of 4 nations. We need to note that. These are all the maritime exercises, and the focus we need to throw upon the UPSC prelims preparation. So we need to take note of it. Moving to the prelims practice question for this session with reference to INS Trikand and India's maritime cooperation, consider the following statement. And the first statement is, INS Trikand is a stealth frigate of Indian Navy commissioned under Project 17 of Shivali class. And the second statement, the maiden bilateral maritime exercise between India and Greece in 2025 was conducted in Salamis Bay, located in the Mediterranean Sea. Which of the statements given above is are correct? As I said earlier, the area that is the Salamis Bay is of geographic significance in recent time because of the frequent engagement between the nations of Mediterranean Sea by the Greece. So we need to note that, and this Mediterranean Sea is also very important for our UPSC preparation. So we need to know about the nations on the verge of this Mediterranean Sea. So the moving to the first statement was incorrect because this INS Trikand will not be comes under the Project 17 as it deals with the Shivali class, but this was not of the INS Trikand. So the first statement was incorrect, and the second statement was correct because it has been the first or maiden bilateral maritime exercise between India and Greece, and it was conducted in the area of Salamis Bay, and it is also located in the Mediterranean Sea. So the second statement was correct, and this question also they have asked about the correct statement. The correct statement from this question is option B, that is 2 only. With this, we move to the next topic. And what is the highlight of this news is that on the day of 14th September 2025, that is the Hindi Diwas, which we observed annually, the Rajbhasha Kirti Puraskar Award has been conferred to Shri V. Srinivas, who is the Secretary of Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievance for the effective implementation or the promotion of official language Hindi. And this award has been conferred by the Department of Official Language, Ministry of Home Affairs, on recognition of the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievance for the best performance or the effective implementation of official language Hindi in the category of ministries or departments with the involvement of less than 300 personnel for the year of 2024 to 25. And this has been the second consecutive year for the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievance to get this distinctive award from the Department of Official Language. And this department, that is the DAPGR, is the department who monitors and implements the official language policy in its sections, attached offices, as well as its autonomous bodies, who is associated with this Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances for its effective implementation and the promotion of official language Hindi. And we also have to note about what is Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances, that is DARPG. It is an official wing under the Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievance and Pensions under the Government of India, and the core function of this department is to have a scope or have to take a view about the administrative reform activities that needs to be get involved, and also has to address the grievances and to gauge the performance management mechanism, also has to promote and monitor the e-governance activities in the administrative framework, and to have a oversight of centralized public grievances redress and monitoring systems, which is a major initiative taken by this Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances, which is also very significant for our UPSC Prelims preparation. So this is a initiative taken by this department for the effective penetration of the e-governance activities. And this department is also has the opportunity, also has the power to promote the best administrative practices across union ministries and departments. And we also has to note about the Department of Official Languages, that is the Rajbhasha Vibhag under the Ministry of Home Affairs. This is a nodal agency for the implementation of India's official language policy. So we have to note that what is the agency or what is the wing that involves in the implementation of India's official language policy at the union level is this department, and it has also the power to implement the Official Languages Act of 1963 and its associated rules. And it also has the scope to issue the guidelines, training activities, and the incentives for the usage of Hindi in the official work. As we discussed earlier, this department used this Raj Bhasha Kirti Puraskar award as an incentive for the promotion of our official language Hindi. And it has also been awarded or it administers the awards such as this Raj Bhasha Kirti Puraskar award, and the Raj Bhasha Shield is also another award to recognize the excellence among the ministries, departments, private sector undertakings as well as the subordinate officers for the effective and the viable implementation of Hindi in the administrative framework. And this Rajbhasha Kirti Puraskar award, we also have to note that it is an award category conferred annually. This is to be noted that it has been conferred annually by the Department of Official Language to the central ministers departments offices. We also has to note this, it has not confined to certain ministries or departments. It has been categorized, or it has been provided to or conferred to various ministries, departments and offices for the best performance in the usage of Hindi. And as we discussed earlier, there has been a classification on conferring this award. It was based on the size or types. Example, the recently provided Rajbhasha Kirti Puraskar award to the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances under the ministerial category with the less than 300 personnels, or it has been conferred to the larger departments or the public sector undertakings or the autonomous body involved in the effective implementation of official language Hindi. And it has been used as an incentive, or has been used as a stimulus to promote the progressive adoption and the increased official usage of Hindi in the administrative framework. And we also has to note the Hindi Diwas, which was observed on the 14th of September annually to mark the adoption of Hindi in the Devanagari script. So we have to note that this Hindi has been adopted in the Indian Constitution as an official language on the Devanagari script as one of the official languages of the Union by the Constituent Assembly on the date of 14th of September 1949. And for this adoption, there is a involvement of two committees, which was also very significant for our UPSC preparation. And the committee involved in the process of adoption of Hindi as an official language or BG committee, KHER GER committee, and the Govind Ballabh Pant committee. These are all the two committees which involved in the process of adoption of Hindi as an official language. And this observation or the observing of Hindi Divas on the 14th September involves the events include the conferences, awards, seminars to encourage the official usage of Hindi. And what is the legal basis or the legal anchors provided by the constitution for the effective implementation and the promotion of Hindi as an official language has been discussed in the article of 353 of the constitution, which is discussing or deals with the official language of the union. And it also has been legally adopted, or it has been implemented by the Official Languages Act of 1963 and its ensuing rules, which provides the statutory framework. That it has been a statutory act, so it provides the statutory framework for the effective implementation of Hindi for the official purpose for the, and also has a transitional arrangement for English. So we need to note that Hindi has been adopted as an official language for the initial commencement of 15 years from its adoption, and it has been later declared this act, and it has been progressively extended for the up to endless time. And there is a scope for the English on the transitional stage, and it has been adopted for our official purpose in the meantime. And the Department of Official Language under the Ministry of Home Affairs operationalize the policies and conducts awards for the recognition as well as the promotion of Hindi as an official language. And we need to note also that the article 343 to 351 of Indian Constitution deals with the official language. So please note that, or take a note of this official language from our Indian polity. Moving to the prelims practice question, and the question for this section is with reference to Rajbhasha Kirti Puraskar Award and the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances. Consider the following statements. First statement, the Rajbhasha Kirti Puraskar is awarded by the Department of Official Language, Ministry of Home Affairs, to recognize best performance in the use of Hindi central ministries, departments and subordinate officers. And the second statement, the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances function under the Ministry of Home Affairs is the nodal agency for grievance redressal across the Union government. And here they asked about the correct statement. And the first statement was correct because this award has been conferred by the Department of Official Language, which functions under the Ministry of Home Affairs, and it has been awarded or conferred based on the recognition of the best performance practice for the effective and promoting the Hindi in the central ministries, departments, and subordinate officers. That, as we discussed earlier, it doesn't involve a certain ministry or departments. It involves the various other organization or the bodies involved in the promotion of the Hindi as an official language. So the first statement was correct, and the second statement was incorrect because this Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances will not function under the Ministry of Home Affairs, and it is the nodal agency for the grievance redressal. So the second statement's second part was correct, but the first part was incorrect because it doesn't function under the Ministry of Home Affairs. If you know the answer, or if you know the answer about this Department of Administrative Reforms, please let us know in the comment section given below, as we discussed earlier in the earlier slides. And the answer for this question will be option 1. That is 1 only, option A. With this, we move to the next topic. With this news article, government reopens application window for PLI scheme for white goods, citing growing market. We will be discussing about the production linked incentive scheme and what are white goods and why it is in news, because the application has been reopened for the registration of production linked incentive schemes with focus to the white goods production, that is the manufacturing of air conditioners and LED lights, which has been reopened from September 15th onwards, and it will be available for registration till October 14th of 2025. And the reason for this reopening of application was based on the confidence over the industry, and has the potential of the market growth and the potential demand it involves, and the success it evidently shown in the earlier rounds. And the new applicants as well as the existing beneficiaries are also eligible for the re-registration of this PLI schemes for getting the additional investment as well as the incremental values it has. And the major focus was thrown towards the manufacturing industries across value chains, which includes the components which are not to be manufactured in the Indian environment. And the earlier approval was got on the year of 2021 April itself, and the tenure of this plan has been till the extent from 2021 financial year of 2021 to 22 to the year of 2028 to 29. That is the extension period that the PLI scheme got implemented, around 7 years. And we have to note that what are white goods, for it will be very important for our UPSC prelims preparation, that consumer durable goods, which are large household appliances such as air conditioners, refrigerators, washing machines, and LED lights, which are largely consumed by the household, and these are all the consumer durable goods which comes under the category of white goods. So we need to note that this can be also reflected in our UPSC preparation, and these white goods are being distinguished from the brown goods, which are smaller appliances and of entertainment category, or the entertainment devices which are categorized as brown goods. So there may be possibility of asking question with the perspective what is white goods and what is brown goods. And we have to note that what is a PLI scheme, that is production linked incentive scheme, which is basically introduced for increasing the production of indigenous manufacturing sector. So it boosts the domestic manufacturing units and to reduce the import dependence upon the manufacturing sector. So it cuts the import and integrates India into a global supply chain mechanism, and it also provides incentives and incremental values to the goods and goods products produced within the India. And earlier it concentrates more on only 3 sectors, but it later got extended up around 14 sectors, including the electronics, pharma, white goods, telecommunication, food processing, etc. And the primary aim of this production linked incentive scheme is to make India into an independent and indigenous manufacturing hub under the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. And with respect to this production linked incentive scheme focused towards the white goods production, the target was to build complete manufacturing ecosystem for this white goods manufacturing, such as air conditioners and LED lights, and to also reduce the dependence of production of various components such as compressors, copper tubings, LED drivers, and PCBs, etc., from other nations. This will also lead to the eventual manufacturing of manufacturing ecosystem for the entire production of this white goods. And it also has the impact over the financial outlay, that is the impact over the investment of 10,406 crore investment for the manufacturing of MSMEs, and to supplier boost, also to create a value chain for the job creation itself. Moving to the prelims practice question, and the question is with reference to the production linked incentive scheme of 2.0 for IT hardwares, consider the following statement. First statement, the scheme targets laptops, tablets, all-in-one PCs, servers, and ultra small form factors devices. And the second statement, it provides a flat 4% incentive on net incremental sale of eligible products for 6 years. And the third statement, the scheme is expected to generate 75,000 direct jobs in electronics manufacturing sector. And this statement, with this question, they have asked about the correct statements. And the first statement was correct because it targets laptops and other products which are very relevant to the IT hardware. And this the first statement was correct, and the second statement was incorrect because there is no explicit mention of this 4% flat incentive for the net incremental sale. It will be around 2 to 5% has been mentioned, and it has been the eligible for the outlay of extension of 6 years increment. So there will be no mention of this flat 4%. So the second statement was incorrect. By knowing the second statement was incorrect, we can easily arrive at the answer that option C is the correct answer, and the third statement is also correct. The answer for this question will be option C, 1 and 3 only. Moving to the next topic. This news article from The Hindu is about the geriatric care and its associated concern, and it also discusses about the potential solutions to addressing their concerns. And what is the context of this news is that India has around 140 million population of people who are above the age of 60, and this number of population will got estimated to get doubled around the year of 2050, which is the first concern. And the second concern is that despite having this demographic shift in the population towards the aging population, the geriatrics, which is the branch of science or medicine or the social science which exclusively deals with the health and care of old age population, is poorly represented in the medical training and medical curriculum in the Indian environment. And the graduates who are majorly focusing towards or studying in the medical stream, having inadequate knowledge towards the aging population and the multimorbidity associated with the aging population and the elder specific care or issues, are the major concern to be discussed with this article. And what are the current gaps of prevalence over this geriatric care is that it has been treated as the small chapter in the community medicine, and it also has been treated as an optional internship program to have the medical stream more comprehensive one. And the MBBS graduates who cannot perform the comprehensive geriatric assessment is also a cause of concern, that it has been treated as a proven tool or effective tool to reduce the hospital admissions of this geriatric people. And this geriatric care is a major concern because elderly patients or the old age people who present conditions differently, that For example, infections has been affected by these people without showing any symptoms such as fevers or any other associated symptoms, leading to the misdiagnosis of this people. And what is the other major gap is that India has yet to bridge the gap in the geriatric care that countries like United Kingdom, Australia and Canada has already included this geriatrics into their core curriculum activities. And here we discuss about the potential solutions for addressing this concern towards this geriatrics is that by integrating the clerkship or the curriculum with the certification of comprehensive geriatric assessment, that it involves or it invokes the 4 weeks mandatory program for proper training of the candidates who involved in the process of graduation from MBBS, and they are to be given the certification after completion of this course, such as the comprehensive geriatric assessment. And with respect to the PG certificates or the post graduation seats, need to be converted. At least one seats has to be allocated for this geriatrics, and the seats needs to be expanded in the diplomate for national board also. And the a potential solution also involves the involvement of faculties knowledge or the empowerment of faculties towards this geriatric care by involving them in the fellowship programs abroad, and to have the broader service or the bonded service over the geriatric care. And the faculty also needs to be incentivized towards their salary to properly invoke this into the curriculum, and it also needs to be provided or to be taught to the students to get the overall geriatrics into the curriculum. And the involvement of private sector is also a major solution that needs to be accommodated, that the accredited hospitals or the medicine centers such as institutions from the National Accreditation Board for Healthcare and Hospitals needs to be taken initiatives or to start training towards the geriatric care is also a potential solution to address this concern. And the state is also treated as a potential stakeholder to address the concern towards this geriatric care by announcing grants and mentorship programs in the underserved regions, and the integration of this geriatric care into allied health activities or the allied curriculum, health curriculum such as geriatric pharmacology, nursing, PharmD, and allied courses is also a potential solution to address this concern. And major solution is the funding to this geriatric care by announcing 1% of Pradhan Mantri Jan Ayush Yojana with around 800 crores of funding towards this exclusive geriatric care, with programs such as outpatient departments and the comprehensive geriatric assessment, and the proper training towards this also needs to be taken as a potential solution to address this concern. And there need to be maintenance of separate registry or to having a separate database towards the geriatricians with proper accreditation is also a potential solution. And the legislation concern is that there needs to be a separate bill needs to be passed towards the geriatric care, and the departments with respect to this geriatrics needs to be established with around 2030, and the allocation of budget towards the health of this geriatric people will be around 5% will be a potential solution. And the main solution or the overall solution was based on the awareness and the exams involvement of MBBS peoples or the graduates who are studying this medical stream is also needs to be integrated into the curriculum, so that the geriatrics has been a viable one for implementation. This geriatrics in MBBS exam needs to be incorporated into their curriculum, and it has the potential weightage into the curriculum. And also the public campaigns also needs to be taken in an effective manner to doorsteps of individuals to have a comprehensive knowledge over the geriatric care. And what are the initiatives that are taken in the Indian environment to have a well-being of senior citizens is that Ayushman Vayuvandana card, that is from the period of 2022 24 to 25, that the senior citizens around the age of above 70 has get the medical cover up or the free medical cover up to 5 lakhs for each year under the Pradhan Mantri Jan Ayush Yojana. And the second initiative is the Kerala's initiative, which is the Kerala Senior Citizen Commission Act, which was enacted in the year of 2025 to address the senior citizens, to protect the elderly rights among the people. This Kerala government is the first state to initiate a statutory senior citizenship commission to protect the elderly rights. And the third initiative was the Banaras Hindu University's initiatives, such as the National Center for of Aging, which was initiated by this Banaras Hindu University to address the aging population, to address the concern towards the ailments which cause the geriatric care a major cause of concern. Moving to the mains practice question, or the question for this topic is that, with India's elderly population projected to double by year of 2050, integrating geriatrics into medical education is not just a health necessity but a question of justice and equity. Discuss the challenges of elder care in India and critically evaluate the proposed measure to mainstream geriatrics in medical training. With this question, this is a 15 more question, we need to answer it within the 250 word limit. And with this question we need to address the India's elderly population, that is a demographic shift in the population by the year of 2050, which is a cause of concern towards the geriatric care. And we also has to address the geriatric care integration into the medical curriculum. And we also need to address the health necessity but as a question of justice and equity. So we have to analyze about the justice and equity associated with this geriatric care, and also the challenges in addressing this elderly care in India, and to critically evaluate the mainstream geriatrics in medical training. With this, we move to the next topic. And the first topic of Prelims Focus is insurance surety bonds. It is in news because the contracts or the issuance of this insurance surety bonds to the contracts of National Highways Authority of India has crossed the landmark of rupees 10,000 crores. And what is this insurance surety bonds? It is an instrument where insurance company itself acts as a surety and provide the financial guarantee to the contractors to fulfill the obligations as per the agreed terms. And this surety bonds acts as a viable alternative to the bank guarantees. So we have to know about the distinction between what is surety bonds as well as the bank guarantees. So by getting to know about the distinction between the surety bonds and bank guarantees, we will get to have a clear understanding over the terms. The bank guarantees will be issued by the banks on the process of involvement of any collateral security or the involvement of the parking up of some amount of paid up capital or paid working capital. So this bank guarantee involves the process of securing some collaterals as well as or some of the working capitals within it for the issuance of this bank guarantee. But under this surety bonds, there is no involvement of such collaterals or the locking up of paid up capital or working capital. So this acts as a viable alternative for the bank guarantees, and it also increases the liquidity of the contractors who involved in any contract to make the resource more viable for its usage. And moving to the next topic is the electronic bank guarantee, that is EBG. And apart from the traditionally acquiring bank guarantees, it has been issued digitally and signed and managed bank guarantees to a lender. and it also eliminates the physical documentation process usually got associated with the traditional method of issuance of bank guarantees. And this process of obtaining this electronic bank guarantees involved a separate portal known as the National E-Governance Service Limited portal, and through an API based digital workflow, that is application program interface based digital workflow, through the obtainment of e-stamping and e-signatures. And this National E-Governance Service Limited can be of our UPSC importance, or will be our UPSC importance, because it has been registered under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India under the aegis of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code of 2016. So we need to note that it has been very important for our UPSC prelims preparation. Moving to the next topic is the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. It is also very important for our UPSC prelims, that it has been established under on the year of 2008 under the Food Safety and Standards Act of 2006. As it is an autonomous statutory body, it is the nodal ministry under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. We need to note that. And the primary objective of this Food Safety and Standards Authority of India is to lay down the science-based standards for the food articles. And it also has the process of regulating the manufacturer, storage, distribution, sales, import, to ensure availability of safe and wholesome food for human consumption. So we need to note that it has been an statutory autonomous body functioned under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. And the next topic is 10th Ayurveda Day of 2025, and it has been celebrated annually on the day of 23rd September. And the host this day will be hosted in the Goa by the All India Institute of Ayurveda. And the theme for 2025 is Ayurveda for People and Planet. And the primary aim of the observation of this Ayurveda Day is to promote the Ayurveda as a sustainable and integrative global healthcare solution addressing both human health and environmental well-being. So it is a balanced approach towards the global healthcare, and it also strike a balance between the human healthcare as well as the environmental well-being. Moving to the practice question for question of this topic of prelim focus, there is a prelims previous year question which was asked in the year of 2018, and the question is: consider the following statements. The Food Safety and Standards Act of 2006 replaced the Prevention of Food Adulteration Act of 1954. And the second statement is: the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India is under the charge of Director General of Health Services in the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Which of the statements given above are correct? And the first statement was correct, because it has replaced and subsumed a number of acts which was earlier prevalent with related to the food safety and standards, and it has been replaced by this Food Safety and Standards Act of 2006. And one of the acts which got subsumed by this Food Safety and Standards Act this is Prevention of Food Adulteration Act of 1954. And the second statement was incorrect, because this FSSAI is not under the aegis of Director General of Health Services. Earlier, the Prevention of Food Adulteration Act of 1954 was under the charge of Director General of Health Services. But after the replacement of this act by this FSSAI Act, it has been functioned as an independent autonomous statutory body under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So the second statement was incorrect. The answer for this question will be option A, one only. With this, we came to the conclusion of this session. Hope you guys like the video. Please share your positive comments in the comment section given below, and share the video to our friends. And please stay in touch with us by kindly subscribing to the Shankar IAS Academy YouTube channel and click the bell icon for receiving the on-time notification. Thank you for the day. Have a good day.